so much for that patience that he had. We needed to pass across all those many information before the show continued. I'm Daisy by segment. For those who just joined us, the program is Flipside, and we're talking about International Friendship Day, or the World Friendship Day as some people will call it. And on this day, we're also going to focus a little bit on the effects of social media on friendship. I did say before the break that I'm not alone on the show. I have a special guest in the house, and I'm talking of none other than Abigail Anemohai, and she's an educationist. She was once an OAP like myself, and she's been on the show before, so it's good to have you here after a very long
time. I sort of knew we were going to go back to that, but it's beautiful to be back here. It's been a while, but it doesn't feel like it's been so long. I mean, you still have the same face. I still have the same face.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to be back. It's amazing. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you could make it. All right, now, the international, the United Nations actually seem to have a day, an awareness day for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Different kinds of sickness. So for those who are wondering why on earth we didn't now still pick a day for friendship? Friendship is friendship now, no big deal. Well, it seems to be a big deal right now, and the World Friendship Day was not always a United Nations thing. It did start when, in like 1958, when a group of people, an organization, Coalition for Friendship came about, the Friendship Day thing, and then Hallmark cards, which used to be a hard card, I don't even know if people still use that, supported the old World Friendship Day thing, and before 2011 when the United Nations decided to make it a big day. Yeah. So how do you feel about all that?
Well, here's the thing, I think it's beautiful when we have a time to celebrate friendship. I mean, if you look at the society we live in today, we cannot underestimate the importance of having somebody to lean on. I mean, the basic idea behind friendship is having somebody to be there, irrespective of the distance, irrespective of the situations. And so I think it's a good step in the right direction. It now boils down to us as individuals to maximize the opportunity, so it does not become like just one of those random days that we have. So I think it's a good step in the right direction.
All right, now they actually feel that friendship is actually reducing in the world today. It's degenerating gradually, and I wonder if that is really true. I have friends, and I'm just thinking, is friendship really reducing in the world, and what could be responsible for that?
We should try to at least understand the concept. Let's try to conceptualize it, okay? It goes beyond, I'm seated here, you're seated there, and we should be friends. For me, friendship is sort of a connection. There has to be a mind and a soul connect, okay? There's a mind and soul connect, just like what the Holy Book says, just a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Okay, so if we're looking at whether or not we still have friends, in my own opinion, I would now be looking at it in terms of commitment, in terms of communication, in terms of the ability to stay put and stand by the person. In the world we live in today, people go through too much, and it becomes very scary that you can almost not find people who will be so committed. I mean, everybody is busy, we all claim to be busy, everybody is running around trying to make ends meet and all of that. And so if we're asking if we still have so much of commitment to friendship, if we would do a percentage thing, we'll be looking at a 60-70%. Okay, I mean, I could pick up my phone and call you, Daisy, I need to talk, where are you? And you would probably tell me, I'm on set, I'll get back to you. Somehow you just get overwhelmed with the activity of the day and you forget. Yeah. And before you know, something has happened. Yes, it's not an intentional thing that we do not want to continuously stay friends. I just think that the world is moving at a pace that is becoming too fast for people to catch up, and so it begins to affect how much people connect heart and soul. I think that's what it is basically.
Okay. All right, now, several countries in the world seem to be celebrating World Friendship Day, but for those who do not know, the date is not August 1. The date is actually July 30 yearly, and that's when they celebrate World Friendship Day. But it didn't fall on a Wednesday, so we decided to shift it to this day. And Nigeria seems to be, there's just one product, a brand, I don't want to mention the name, an alcoholic brand just seems to cashing on the World Friendship Day. He invited some artists like Fino, Simi to do a party in Abuja. And I don't really understand why. That seemed to be like the only major thing we did to mark World Friendship Day at this side of the world or in Nigeria. How best do you think we should celebrate this day?
And like you said, I'm also wondering why we have to have a party, sort of, to celebrate friendship. I mean, okay, let's try to paint a hypothetical picture, okay? We just gather around, and then we have fun, we try to interact, everybody has fun, and everybody goes home. And I'm asking myself, how many people have we successfully reached out to? How many people have we created? How many people have we made feel better? I mean, somebody once said it some time ago, if each one can reach one, each one can teach one, it becomes a beautiful world that we live in. And so as a people, I'm thinking that the best way to have celebrated, or to still celebrate the World Friendship Day, is to try to reach out to people intentionally. It should not be I would try, so they don't say I didn't try. Let it be an intentional thing. The intentionality of it, I have not heard from this person. I should try to reach out to this person. I think, one, we must try to be intentional as a people about our friends. Number two, then as a country, looking at all the things that we have to deal with at the moment, all the crises facing us in society presently, I am thinking that what we can do is to reach out to people and touch their hearts. I mean, the friendship lies in the beauty of how much lives we can affect per time, how much warmth our presence can give to people. You won't be wondering, in fact, lately, let's try to travel back in time a little bit. You would have noticed that there's an increased rate in attempted suicide that people even jumped off the lagoon and all of that. You're asking yourself, what is the problem?
No one to talk to.
Do you understand? There's a lot of depression out there. I think that as Nigerians, we should try to be a bit more outgoing, a bit more concerned about people. We should as a people, stay away from, it has to be me, I should come first. Yes, you should come first. But how about the people around you? It's heart-wrenching when you sleep at night and you wake up in the morning and they tell you, your neighbor, the next flat, the person just jumped off. So in other words, aside from having all the parties that we could possibly have, I'm thinking that we should intentionally reach out to each other and look out for each other. It should, just the way we say there is beauty in our diversity, we should get to the place where we are genuinely concerned. I mean, you come out of your flat, you don't see your neighbor. It wouldn't hurt so much to try to find out, is this person home? How is he doing? And all of that. Beyond all the polar bag of parts and all the many shenanigans of having fun and all of that, we should be intentional as a people about reaching out.
All right. I kind of believe that maybe the federal government decided that since they have invented the NYC, they've done their part. So you don't need to be told to go to an IDP camp and show love to someone on World Friendship Day and make a new friend on that day, or go to the hospital and make the bedridden feel really loved. So they're doing their own. After all, there's NYC, which is supposed to foster unity and peace. You travel to a new place, you meet people that you've never met before, you interact with them, you're stuck with them for 1 year, whether you like it or not. Yeah, you're stuck with them. And after 1 year, you've made a friend or two. All right, I think the concept of NYC is really cool, but with all of the emerging issues in the world today, in Nigeria today, and the fact that you cannot decide where you want to be posted to, do you think this old NYC, personal opinion of yours though, do you think NYC should continue the service?
I want to try to be very honest. I mean, as honest as possible without bias or sentiments, okay? The idea behind NYC was to reintegrate people and to find a way for us to be more accommodating of each other, irrespective of religious beliefs, tribal affiliations and sentiments, and so on and so forth. But for time, would have a bit tried to delve into the history. But we all know that NYC came after the Civil War and in a bid to reunite people. But if we look at the Nigeria we live in today, we begin to ask ourselves basic questions. I mean, you pack your bags, you leave your home, you leave that place that you are familiar with, and then you are on a whole new adventure. You are somewhere completely out of your comfort zone. It should be an interesting time. Yes, it should be a time where you meet people, you interact, you see life from a totally different paradigm, something different from what you are used to on a regular basis. But with all the security threats ravaging the country, and then with the aftermath, corps members go out there, they return back, and there's almost nothing for them to do. So if you're asking me personal opinion, do I want this to continue? This is the point I'll have to say no. I would really, really want to agree and say yes, we could keep it up, but let's look at all the aftermath. I mean, we have corps members who now die in service, there are security risks, there are threats to lives. You hear funny stories, you hear people who are raped in service, and you're asking yourself, is it worth all of this? Is it worth the lives of people? I'm thinking that we could find something else. Yes, it does play the role of helping you meet new people, helping you interact with new people. But if we look at the security threats and everything going on in the country, I mean, when it's a situation where your life is at risk and you are not so certain if you will come back home in one piece, how are you sure you meet new people? If you are not alive to meet new people, how do you meet them? so I'm saying honestly, we should give it a totally new approach, or we should just let it go completely.
All right. Now, they did say that social media, some people of the school of thought, that social media is having a strong effect on friendship. Some believe that social media has come to make making friends easier and staying friends way easier. Some others are saying no. It seems like it is making it easier, but in recent, it's complicating face-to-face communication amongst people. I don't know how true that is, but what would you say the effect of social media is on friendship in the world today?
The idea of having a virtual world that you can communicate was aimed at an attempt to foster or to increase how well we communicate and we interact and connect with each other. But if you try to do an analysis, I mean, if you try to analyze it and look at it from the standpoint, try to do a comparative analysis, what you find is, yes, you make virtual friends online, but how much, how many percentage, if you try to do a percentage value, how many percent can you find that we maintain these friends and it is genuine? For friendship to work, there has to be sacrifice. There has to be a point where we meet and rub minds. I mean, there has to be a place where our minds interact. And you're asking me, can we not do that online? Can I not just buy data and go online and do all of that and talk with who I want to talk to? But you cannot overestimate the importance of sitting with you, just like we're here, and having a heartfelt, intimate communication, and having a conversation that I can see your face, I can understand what you feel, I can read your emotions. Somebody told me recently that the best way to misinterpret somebody is to have a very serious conversation on a social media platform. I mean, we are talking, yes, I'm saying what I have to say to you, yes, we are doing all of that, but I cannot read your heart. Like they say, people tell you that the eyes is the window to the soul. I can sit with you here, you don't have to say anything. I can literally know that this is what is in the heart of Daisy at the moment. And so if we're doing virtual friendship, you could just tell me, I am fine. And I would assume that you are fine. So it takes a lot of knowing for me to now know that, okay, this person has been here for so long, I should know when he or she is fine. And so if you do a comparative analysis, you will find that social media has taken away connection, heart and soul connections, intimate connections. You know, that thing they say about having a soul sister. Yes, we can talk, we can just go on there and chat. I could tell you this is what's going on with me and this is what's happening in my life at the moment. But there is still that void. There is still that void. If God wanted a situation where we needed somebody to talk to, the idea of telephones would have come up long ago. He did not have to create a woman, I mean.
Yeah.
He would have just had a situation where whenever Adam was bored, Adam would have just picked the phone and be like, God, can we talk? And then they have a conversation and everybody moves on. But you see, in all his wisdom, I think God understood the need for for a physical connection. And so if you look at all of that and try to evaluate it, yes, the virtual world helps you make friends. Does it sustain that friendship? There's a big question mark. Friendship takes a lot of time and sacrifices. Does it give you enough time? There's a big question mark.
Okay. All right, for those who just joined us, you've missed a lot. I have Abigail in the house, and together we're talking about International Friendship Day, focusing on the impact of social media. And she seems to be tilting to the point that it's okay, but not so okay, because, I don't know, is there anyone out there watching us from maybe online or through the app, or you're waiting to catch it up on YouTube? Lucky you, you will be able to catch up on YouTube, but is there anyone watching that feels like the friendship with my friends are on social media are not really inspiring me enough right now? In fact, it seemed like our friendship is more like a competition. So they upload today and I really have to do an upload that is way better than theirs. So if you're someone like that and you feel like your friendship is more tilting towards competition more than communication, don't worry. We're going to give you some tips on how you can make friends in the real world and stay friends to them. All right, so keep your dials locked. Don't go away. We'll have another break. It's about you, and this is a special documentary on bananas and how many things you can actually do with bananas. And it's so good. It's divine. I love bananas. But stay with us, and you have some fun learning something today.
Ripe, rich, and delicious, bananas are one of the most popular fruits that are easily available all year round. However, there are some Weight Watchers who will raise their eyebrows if they are asked to include it in their diet, because banana is rich in calories. They will soon know why this awesome fruit deserves to be loved and eaten. Bananas are exceptionally healthy as they provide numerous health benefits. It is a versatile fruit that contains many nutrients, including vitamins A, B, C, and E, along with minerals like potassium, zinc, iron, and manganese. Just as eating a banana helps in keeping your body in good health and great shape, application of this fruit on your hair and skin will help you keep them in great condition. Now, let's take a quick look at the benefits of banana. Banana gives instant surge of energy. It does this by converting the natural sugars in it into instant energy, and this is one of the reasons sportsmen consume it during intervals. Bananas can be eaten whole, as part of a salad, as a healthy beverage, or as an ingredient of a vegetable. It is a fruit made by God for one and all and for every age group to provide required energy throughout the day. Bananas does great miracles in our stomach. Banana enhances digestive ability because it is very rich in fructooligosaccharides, which acts as a friendly bacteria. It stimulates the production of enzymes that enables absorption of nutrients, thus enhancing the digestive ability. Also, certain substances in bananas stimulate the cells which make up the stomach lining. This enables production of a thicker protective mucous barrier against stomach acids, thereby combating stomach ulcers. At the same time, it relieves from constipation because the peptine found in bananas help to alleviate constipation and improves bowel functions as well as cure bile. Bananas are also a good source of potassium, calcium, and magnesium, which aid in maintaining normal blood pressure and are heart protective. The high potassium content promotes bone health, keeps the mental faculties vigilant, enhances brain power, and boosts learning abilities. Due to the high amount of potassium, it also reduces the occurrence of stroke. Bananas can also reduce the risk of various types of cancer, especially bowel cancer, because of the antioxidants and dietary fiber in it. Banana helps in regulating anemia as they contain high levels of iron, which helps regulate the hemoglobin levels in the body. The antacid substance in banana gives immense relief from heartburn as well. Beyond the health benefits, you can rub the inside of a banana peel on your leather shoes or handbags and polish with a dry cloth afterwards for a quick shine. Rub banana peel on your teeth for about 2 minutes every time you brush, and you'll be well on your way to having that pearly white teeth. It also gets rid of acne. Rub your acne with the white side of a banana peel, leave it on your face for some minutes and then rinse. Well, are you craving the sweet stuff but don't have the time, the calories or budgets to spare? Simply blend a well-frozen solid banana in a food processor or blender. You'll be surprised how much it tastes like soft served ice cream. You may need to add a little more cream or flour, honey or chocolate to obtain the consistency of thick cream of yogurt. I know you will never look at a banana the same way again after discovering the many health benefits and reasons to add them to your diet. Bananas combat depression, make you smarter, cure hangovers, relieve morning sickness, protect against kidney cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, and blindness. They can cure the itch of a mosquito bite, fertilize your plants when they decay on the ground, and many more. So please, include a banana in your diet today for these and more. Your body is your responsibility. Please take good care of it.
All right, the program is Flipside. Don't worry, it's not news, but it's okay. We got the breaking news. When it happens, when it breaks right here on independent television. I'm Daisy by Samuel, and I have Abigail Anemoha in the house. We'll be talking about International Friendship Day, or as some will call it, World Friendship Day, and we'll focus on the impact of social media on friendship. And now I just want to ask, because a lot of people are really saying the struggle with which when you leave the old social media drama and then you're coming to reality, it's so hard. I am very good at chatting, but I'm not good at speaking when I meet people. And it keeps growing the more you even chat on social media. So you're going to help all adults. Being a child and making a friend is like, it's natural. You get to school, you always have a best friend in primary school. You have several best friends, so easy. But when you become an adult and you've seen things in life, a lot of things set in apart from, yeah. So how would you encourage, or how will an adult who's facing all these complications and drama, razzmatazz, how will an adult make a friend and stay friendly?
Okay, I am that person who craves for intentionality. Okay, so you hear me, if you sit with me for 3 hours, you hear me use the word intentional over and over again. And so the whole idea of friendship, like I had earlier said, is the intentionality behind it. But you see, there are some of us who we could get along pretty well on social media. I'm that type of person. I could have a very amazing time chatting with you, and you're feeling this girl is all jivey and all happening, and then you meet me in real life, and I'm just sitting there and I'm staring at you, and you're thinking it's something I love to do, but this is me, I don't know how to communicate. Yeah. What's just there? If we're going to find a solution to those of us who have such problems, we should begin with being intentional again. I mean, at a point in my year 3, I made up my mind and told myself, for every day I go to class, I will talk to at least 4 persons. And not just a hi, good morning, hi, good morning. No, I would have an interaction. I would have a communication session. And so it all starts with being intentional. And again, for people who are usually like that, it stems from an inside problem. For some people, it is a lack of connection from the inside. Yeah. And so you probably feel that I don't belong here, or I mean, what do I say to this person? Mine was so bad that if you were calling my phone My phone could be on the table and it's staring at me and I won't take your calls because I wouldn't know what to tell you. But gradually, after telling myself, this is what you have to do, you must do it. The next thing that I have to do, I have to tell myself, look, people are not continuously watching out for what you do wrong. Those of us who have such fears of how do I stay with this person? How do I stay friends with this person? What do I do? How do we keep on being friends? Most times we are afraid. It comes from fear on the inside. There's that fear of, I could do something to hurt this person. Or this person is intentionally trying to hurt me. I mean, somebody once told me, you must get to the place where you believe that, yes, this person, just the way I care about this person cares about me. This person would hurt me, but it would not be intentional. So we must we must give people an opportunity. We must give them an opportunity to express themselves. And again, it will not take us to being positive, seeing life from a positive prism. Everybody is not setting out to hurt you. I mean, people are in your life not because they want to get something from you. People are there because they enjoy you. They love to be with you. They love to connect with you. So if you can sort all of that out from the inside, it gradually begins to play out in your communication. At a point, I used to feel that if I come to you now and tell you, this is what I am going through, this is my problem, the moment I leave you, in my mind, I have visualized like 1,000 people that you have passed that information to. I mean, you could not even be thinking of anything like that. But in my mind, I am acting out a script. And before I know, subconsciously it begins to play out in how I interact with you. The next thing that happens is I will intentionally begin to draw back, whether intentional or not. Sometimes it starts subconsciously. That's why you now find situations where your friends are now saying, I called you yesterday, you didn't take your calls. I sent you, you're not communicating as much as you used to communicate. And so for those of us who have such problems, we must be intentional about communication. Yeah. And then we must be positive in our minds. Most of these things begins with, there are people who just believe that the whole world is fighting them. I mean, you are walking on the road, and somebody is just laughing on his or her own, and you are feeling that the person is laughing at the dress you are wearing. The person is probably not even doing that. The person is not even thinking of that. And then the next thing that happens is if I talk to this person now, chances are that he will spread the news around the whole of Benin City. So why should I? So automatically you are just laid back. So even when people try to interact with you, it becomes a problem. And then if you now get married, you take it into marriage. So it becomes even a problem for your spouse to communicate with you. So everything is from the inside. You must intentionally communicate. You must deal with all the negativity in your mind. And then the amount of beauty you give out is largely dependent on the amount of beauty that you have inside of you. There are some people who you just find comfort in talking to. I mean, there's just that person that you feel that when I sit with this person, I feel better. The person might not be talking a lot. The person might not be saying so much. Yeah? But the person, there's this warmth that revolves around the person that just engulfs you. It starts from the inside. It's an inside thing. And so we must first of all find happiness with ourselves on the inside. And then you now begin, it's like a flower plant. It just opens up itself and it spreads itself out to people.
All right. Okay, trust is a gradual thing. You have to learn to trust yourself, learn to forgive yourself, and eventually all of those goodies that you feel in yourself will begin to show outward. Well, UNESCO believes that friendship, if we promote friendship, it will end most of the world's wars. And then it's one of the particular things they believe promoting friendship would put a stop to is gender inequality. So men and women can just roll like, yeah, let's go chill, let's hang out with friends, no big deal. There's no difference, we're just cool. Is there ever a time where there will be gender equality? Do you believe that that will ever happen? And also, 2 questions in one. Can men and women be just friends without the emotional drama attached to it? Wow. Because I'm just imagining telling my husband, I'm going to chill with my friend, and like, oh, what's her name? Like, no, his name is Joshua. Really? Okay, so 2 questions. Do you envision or envisage that the time's going to come where men and women will be seen as equal in our society? And also, do you should we take it one by step? Okay, you're okay. And then men and women being just friends.
Let's take the second one first, and then we'll deal with the first one as the second. Is it possible for the opposite sex to stay friends? I mean, without any emotional attachment and all the emotional drama that will probably go with it? Yes and no. Yes, because it's a discipline thing. No, because it's also a discipline thing. I mean, for somebody who is very disciplined, you set boundaries, and now you are telling me, Abigail, you're not being realistic. You're not being logical, you are being irrational right now. Emotions just happen. But look, these things start from inside you. It first of all begins as a thought inside of you. The moment you begin to feed it, it eventually begins to show up. If I have it's not even if, I have a male best friend. We have been friends for, say, 8 going on 9 years. Not once has it crossed the boundary. I think as a people, we must learn to understand.
But are you sure just because it's not on your mind, that it's not on his mind?
It has never been on our mind.
Okay.
But it happens to a lot of people that when you become friends, the next thing that happens, emotions begin to set in. It does happen. But this is the thing. When we must begin to understand, like I tell people all the time, it is not everybody that comes into your life that should be a relationship material. So some people are just sent into your life as support pillars, as guardians. They are just there to be friends. When you try to overthink it, the emotions begin to grow. But for those who it just happens, I mean, you don't know, it just comes like that, and before you could say Jack, it has happened. I think you will now sit and ask yourself, what do I want to do? And so if we're saying, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It is possible to stay friends and then there's nothing attached to it. But in situations where it does happen, that other things begin to play, you must now be matured enough to know when to stop, to know when to continue. And then for your second question, would there ever be a time where there's equality? I am laughing because on several occasions, people have put me in very tight corners to answer this particular question. Maybe because I'm a lady, I don't know, but let's see. The question is, equality in what sense? Are we saying that if we're looking at a world where men and women and job opportunities, we're giving them equal opportunities, if men are allowed to go to a particular school, women should be allowed to go to that same school. It's fine. But if you are now looking at equality in the sense of the home, I now have a problem with it. UNESCO have said that it's possible, it could encourage equality in society. For job opportunities, yes. I mean, I don't have a problem with a woman doing politics. I shouldn't have a problem with a woman being an engineer. Just the same way I should not have a problem with a man who cooks for his family. But if you now begin to take equality to the home front, and you are now in a position where you have to flex muscles, everybody has to be captain in the ship, that ship will capsize. It won't take time, it won't take so long. And so if friendship could, celebrating the International Day for Friendship would encourage equality in jobs, equality in the society as it concerns our day-to-day activities, and opportunity for women. We can't deny the fact that in some parts of Africa, there are certain things that women should not do. I mean, there are some places right now that it is believed that me and you should not be sitting here and having this conversation.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be for men, I mean. If it's going to help us achieve that, yes, it's a beautiful thing, it's a welcome idea. But if we are taking it to the home front, I now have a problem, because in the end, we'll be destroying families.
Okay.
You will not allow the man to play his role, the man will not allow you to play your role. Everybody will now need to exercise power. So it now becomes a power tussle.
What about in cases of religion? There are several churches where it's believed that women should not preach.
Yes.
And I have not seen a female imam. I don't think I have seen, because I served in a Muslim state, and I don't know. So in place of religion, do you think that equality can also work?
The idea of religion is a social construct that we put together by ourselves. Okay, I'm saying that because if you pick up your Bible, now we're going to go a little bit. If you pick up your Bible and you read some of the scriptures that we interpret and get out and derive all of these meanings from, and you go on to pick the original translation as it was written, you would even find out for Christianity, for example, that some of these things that we interpret do not exactly make a lot of sense.
Okay.
I mean, this is a personal opinion though, but let me be very honest. When does the fact that I have hair on my head and I have a feminine physique, how does that affect my functionability as a person? How does that make me less accepted in the beloved? I mean, for Christendom now. I have a pastor who is female. She pastors alongside with her husband, and it is such beauty to watch. So for religion, I think we would have to reevaluate. Religion is a social construct. If we are saying for spirituality, I can understand. For man-made religion, okay, so it will get to a place where we'll achieve development and get to a position where we'll now understand that these things are not as terrible as we make them believe.
Okay.
I mean, let us use Christianity finally and wrap this thing up, okay? When Jesus died, this is me delving now, when Jesus died, it is recorded in the Bible that the veil, it tore from top to bottom. And by interpretation, it meant that anybody could now have access into the throne of grace. It now becomes very funny. You're not telling me it means that, okay, men can enter and sit in a particular place. Women can enter, but they cannot go beyond. I don't think Jesus died for all of that. So I think all we'll do is keep praying that our understanding is enlightened, that our eyes are open gradually, and religion will begin to get better gradually.
Okay. Religion is actually one dicey part that
Very
everyone
dicey.
is trying to avoid talking so much about it, because everyone has what they believe in, and they have a right to believe what they believe. We'll go on a break quickly before we'll wrap it up on the show. Let's have the positive nuggets quickly on Flipside. All right, fast one on the positive nuggets. I don't know if you were even able to read those quotes, but sorry, we're so sorry, we didn't make it slower. Before I let you go, Abigail, talking about friendship, it's a word thing. I have also noticed that the world seems to be very hostile to Nigerians now. You go to Ghana, please don't take us, they don't joke with Nigerians. They just notice you're Nigerian, you're harassed. Nobody cares what you do. You go to South Africa, those ones are even taking it higher. They kill.
Yeah.
You go to Italy, you go to any country in Europe, the world is being hostile to Nigerians, and gradually even the Middle East they opened their borders for us to just come into at any time. For you to go to some places like Dubai now, you have to be above 30, and if you're less than that, you have to come with a guardian, and then you need to apply for a visa. Come on, we used to go there and come back
And
now.
just
No,
come
no.
back.
So, I don't know. Is it that racism is increasing, or our reputation is decreasing?
I am thinking that our reputation is decreasing. I mean, if we are going to be very honest and be truthful with ourselves, you will find that there are certain things that are very, very not so amazing to look at when you see them happening. For a country that has been called the giant of Africa, it is painful when you now find that we're almost being chased out of every country.
Yeah.
I mean, Libya, Italy, Germany is even on the higher side of it. South Africa is terrible. I'm thinking that it is a reputation thing. Yes, the world has to be more accommodating. But the thing is, what do we do as Nigerians when we leave the shores of our country? If you speak with people who are across the borders and they tell you some of the things we do, I always tell people respect is directly proportional to how you carry yourself. In other words, the amount of respect you get is largely dependent on how you carry yourself. Yes, racism is there, but I mean, it all depends on how well you comport yourself. Racism is a worldwide thing, it's a global thing, it's everywhere, it affects everybody. But we cannot compare racism with the amount of discrimination we now have as Nigerians. I mean, you get out of the country and you are probably just checked into an airport or something and you come down. The moment anybody knows you are Nigerian, you are the first target for anything that is wrong. Something goes missing, is somebody tells you he's a Nigerian. And amazingly, I did a research recently, and from the interviews we had, we kept hearing situations where people were saying, this thing did not just begin. It started from a place where anything goes wrong, a Nigerian is always involved. Something goes missing, somebody shoplifts something, a Nigerian is always involved. Something is not going so well, internet fraud is on the high, Nigerians are involved. And all the other kind of nonsense you find in society. So I think that as a people, we must reevaluate ourselves. We must reevaluate our attitudes. Our young people must understand that there is a place for self-respect. You must respect yourself, and then it's like a river circle. It just goes round and round and round. It's a circle. The amount of respect you put on yourself it comes back. It just comes back.
All right. Thank you so much, Abigail, for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And World Friendship Day. She's a friend I've had in a very long time. All right. So everyone who's had fun watching us today, ask yourself a few questions. How busy are you for your friends? Have you been too busy to communicate? Let's not even get started on families, because that's a topic for another day. So how often do you call your friends? How often do you reach out to them? And when you do talk with them, do you share things with them? And what kind of friends do you keep? Are there people who can reach out to you, who can touch your life and leave you better than they met you? And what kind of friend are you? Do you just gossip and nag and compete? Do you leave people better? If we can all work on ourselves individually, then as a nation, we definitely will be better. The issue of respect, self-respect, and dignity would not really come up, because when it comes to human trafficking, will be less mentioned, child labor will be less mentioned, cybercrime will be less mentioned, prostitution will be less mentioned, and all sorts of things that are coming up now, social vices will be less mentioned. The issue of jungle justice will also be reduced, because we have love for our neighbors. I think the United Nations idea that friendship is going to solve most of the crises in the world today is on point. They are not far from the truth. And hopefully someday it will get better and not worse, as several people are predicting. I'm Daisy Baisagwan, your friend on the show today. You can watch this program on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type FLIPSIDE ITV. You will find videos and catch up. All right, have fun. Have a splendid rest of the day, my friend. Bye.